thanks for stopping by. I'm making a card for my nephew who's 33, and I know this is kind of youth looking, but you know, this idea popped into my head and I thought, you know what, he would appreciate this. He actually really likes hippopotamuses, so every year I send him a card with a hippo, but this year I'm doing something a little different. All right, so this is going to be an easel card, and with an easel card, it's just an A2 size card that's going to be portrait style. And you want to take your top half of the card, and you just want to fold it in half, because that part is the part that's going to connect on your little easel part. The top layer is just slightly smaller. This is just my design. You can do it wherever you want. And what I did was I just laid it on there without gluing it, and I just found the middle spot so that you know, that whole top layer is covered. Inside I've got some really fun things I'm going to put, and I'm also going to do a technique using some acetate with these balloons. These balloons are from the Cricut Design Space, and I think it's Life is a Party. I think that's where, oh no, I got these from Nate's ABC. That's where I got those from. And I used the technique on the Cricut Design Space where you can pick a pattern that is available to you on you know, that Cricut Design Space. And I picked this pattern here, and then this one here has got a little bit of blue in it, and then I just kept one of them solid. I picked the blue and did that. Then I used the Basic Cakes, Birthday Cakes font. I'm having memory lapse here, and made some happy birthday words for him. And it's a 2-layer, so I already put it together. I didn't want to do that on the video, so I chose black and this really bright orange. So I think we can go ahead and start putting this together. I don't know why my dog is barking, so I'm not even going to make the effort to get up. This paper is Echo Park, and I actually don't have it all together here, so I'm not sure what the actual name of it was, but it's got really cute birdie paper on the back. Alright, so I like to put my glue on the edges. This way that top layer or the layers lay flat all around the sides. She probably sees like somebody walking the dog out in the front or something. Alright, so we'll put that down first. Make sure that's all even. Got a little bit of glue there. Okay, then I'm going to put the happy on. I'm going to pause for just a minute. I'm going to actually get her to quiet down. So, 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's put our layers together. I'm going to put the happy birthday on here, and I'm just going to try to get an idea of where I need to go with this as far as spreading it out, so that I know that I have plenty of room. Alright, that's good. Alright, so let's go ahead and put those down. I forgot to put the top on my precision glue, so I'm going to give it a little squeeze and see if that's still going to come out. Yay, it does. And as I was laying this out, I was thinking how cute it is that it's kind of, you know, the letters are kind of not all organized and in a row, so I'm going to stick with that. And I'm going to kind of use the circles in this paper to, you know, help me stay evenly, as, you know, it's not really needed to be even because I'm kind of putting it in a, you know, a wonky kind of way. I think it adds character to the card by doing this. I didn't think about this until I started putting it together, so sometimes that happens, right? Okay, so there's the happy, and then I'm going to put another happy down here. Now on this one, I'm only going to put glue on the bottom part because I'm actually going to be tucking some acetate down in there. That might be a little too much. Let's straighten that out a little bit. I think I had done this type of card or this design. I know I did. I'm not going to say I think I did. For my friend Joan for her birthday a year or so ago. So you'll see it in a second, Joan, since you'll probably be watching this. All right, so I'm going to set this aside, let that dry, and these are the insides of my card. All right, so I'm going to take my little precision tip and glue a little bit here, you know, not like exactly on it, the strip, but I'll put the blue one on the front, I mean in the middle. And then I'll put this one like this. And then I'll put this one right like this. Now I may end up trimming these down. I'm not sure yet. And I'm going to take my Sharpie pen because that works well on the acetate. This is the acetate that I'm using. I bought this at Staples, and it's just regular transparency tape. So I need a guide on where I need to cut. So this is why I'm drawing this, because I'm going to use this guide to cut for my balloons. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this out. You don't have to do this if you're good at, you know, judging or fussy cutting. That's fine. You don't need to draw anything. The write-on pens are the best thing for the acetate. I wouldn't rely on the Sharpie for it not smearing. Cut that part off. Back in the days that I was teaching school, we used to have the, I believe it's called the Viewmaster. Oh my gosh, I don't remember now. Marie, if you're watching this, help me out here. Where we would have to put our lessons on this like Viewmaster thing using the acetate, and then we would write on it. And then the whole class would be able to see it up on the board or the screen or whatever. So that dates me. Okay, so what my plan is I want to bring this right here. Am I in? Yeah, I'm in the frame. Okay. And kind of tuck it under, and I can certainly lift this up. That's not a big deal. Yeah, so I want it shorter. Let me kind of judge. It's going to go, I'll cut it off right here. And then if I need to cut it off some more, I will do that. Okay, so I'm going to lift this A up. I could have put this down after. That would have been fine. Okay, let's put a little bit more glue on this since I popped it up. And make sure it's kind of, yeah, there we go. Felt like it was all like moving over to that side of the card. And that's good right there. So the front will be like this. So when he does when my nephew does the easel part, then this will pop up. Because it's so intricate as far as the, I'm going to call it ribbon part of the balloon, I don't think that it would work if you just glued it straight down on. I don't know if this would stay up like what the acetate does. All right, so let's do the inside. Move this out of the way. And I chose this here. This was a scrap that was in my scrap bin. And then I tried to match up a couple of the colors as best I could, and I measured it so that it was all together 4 1/4 by, I mean 4 by 5 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4, which is a little bit smaller than that A2 size card. This way it has a little bit of border in there. Oh, there she goes again. There's nothing out there, by the way. I have no idea what she's barking at. She hears something. Oh, and there's my other dog. Go bark at the front door, not in my video. Okay, perfect. All right, so then we're going to do the birthday. Put that over side, and we're going to glue the birthday on. I got glue on my finger. Ugh. I have to remember which one. Oh yeah, okay, so that one's going to go here. The green one is slightly smaller than the blue one. And I'm going to stick with that little wonky theme here. And I'm going kind of quickly because I don't know if I'm going to have these spread out in the right way so that it's even. And as long as I go quickly and the glue doesn't set, then I can move my letters around. I may even put like a hippo on the envelope or something just because he loves them so much. Ever since he was a little boy. He's so lucky. He works in a company in Washington State that makes chocolate. And he came to visit a couple years ago and he brought like these bags and bags of chocolate. And we're like, oh my God. It was amazing. It was all like organic and which I couldn't even tell the difference, but it was good. Gosh, now I'm hungry for chocolate. Okay, so see how I'm just moving these letters over because I don't quite have enough room for my Y. Okay, now my Y goes in. Still just a little bit off, so give me just a second. Let's move these guys over one more time. Just so they're spaced out evenly. That's the OCD in me. I mean, he probably wouldn't even notice that there's more space on that side than this, but I notice. Okay, that's very cool. All right, so set this aside. The top is still drying. So let me take out my mega roll of my foam adhesive. Put that on the back of this because that's going to go down here. And then I'm going to glue that part on top of this. If you wanted to put foam adhesive on this one, you could do that as well. Now on the inside of this, because I'm going to want to write a sentiment, I'm just going to take a piece of scrap white paper and cut it down so that I can write the sentiment in here, but I don't want to cover up all that paper. So it's probably only going to be, you know, maybe 1.5 or 2 inches in width. All right, so let's see this again one last time. That's how the easel card works. There it is. I've just kind of shown you all from different angles. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Any comments, questions? Just leave them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Have a great day.